Hi, folks. Joy the Hustler here. How is everyone doing this week? I've got great opportunities for you all today. We have mental health jobs, bilingual opportunities, executive assistants, customer service, utilization management assistants, which is a fairly new term that is more up and coming right now, patient advocacy jobs. So we've got a lot in store. But before we get into it, I just want to share a couple of areas that are really on the rise in terms of job opportunities are bilingual opportunities. So if you speak Spanish, and then secondly, if you speak Chinese, these are two areas of opportunity that I see some growth and demand for folks who speak these other languages, followed by other languages. And then also healthcare jobs. I'm not talking about just your traditional nursing job. There's several opportunities for healthcare jobs, one of which I'm going to talk about in this video with Valera Health. So, who is Valera Health? Valera Health is a telemental healthcare service company. They use digital technology to deliver behavioral health care to their clients. And they've got several opportunities, as you can see, if you go to valerahealth.com/careers. There are tons of opportunities that you can see on the screen, and I'm scrolling down so you can see it. You know, a lot of them are remote. You've got an operations manager, prescriber services here, senior medical director, senior accountant, not the data analyst one. That may be remote, doesn't say. But then there's a host of other opportunities down here under therapy, mental health therapists. All these, even though they have states in them, they are tele-service type jobs. So you do them from the phone or through video. Okay, so if you go through and click on any one of these, you'll see a description of what you'll be doing. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you one. For example, here is one for a mental health therapist position in New York. Uh, Basically, your responsibilities are going to be rendering evidence-based therapeutic treatments to your patients, providing an array of mental health services, conducting intakes, and then your qualifications are listed down there. You do have to have an LCSW license or state equivalent of the independent license. The great thing about this company, and you can see here, they're saying preferred bilingual in Spanish or Chinese as it relates to mental health. The great thing is, you know, you can be either a 1099 contractor or you can work full time for this company. As a 1099 contractor, they will be paying you $60 an hour. If you work full time with them with benefits, you can look at a starting salary of 69,500. So I definitely wanted to bring this to your attention for those of you who are trying to get into mental health, are already in mental health. This company, Valera Health, has several opportunities. You should go ahead and check them out. All right, so moving on. This is a company called Ambry Genetics. They are looking for a billing support rep, a full-time remote person. You'll be working 9 to 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. As a billing support rep, you will be the primary contact for billing questions received from their patients, clients, and payers. Okay, so you'll call your patients to review the estimated out-of-pocket costs on each patient's genetic testing. Again, this is for genetic testing. So it's not your typical just, all-out hospital patient population you're dealing with, but specifically people who are trying to do genetic testing. And so it's really a lot more low key. You're not going to get angry customers for things like this. You're going to review outgoing statements to ensure that patient is receiving accurate correspondences, place calls to clients, et cetera, et cetera. Now, the education requirement here is a high school diploma or equivalent. Some college is a plus, so that means it's preferred. Knowledge of CPT codes, medical terminology, insurance plans, ICD-10 codes. Again, it says knowledge of. All you need to do is Google CPT codes and know the different codes that they deal with, just so you can have an understanding of it when you're interviewing. Must have ability to adapt to a fast-paced, dynamic environment. Okay, so this is what you need. This particular job is paying $21 to $22 an hour. You are eligible to a short-term incentive plan with the target at 3% of your annual earnings. Terms and conditions apply. Okay, so you can look at that. This is a great opportunity, entry-level billing support rep position. Moving on, Aston Carter, as I mentioned in some of my past videos, Aston Carter is a staffing company, and this is a great website to just kind of, save on your browser there. Aston Carter has tons of opportunities, and this is for an executive assistant three. This is mostly remote, some on site. Okay. So I just want to tell you that, a lot of companies are coming out asking for hybrid positions while there's still many 100% remote positions. We have seen a rise in hybrid positions. This is a great executive assistant position if you live in the DMV, the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, or if you live in Seattle, Washington. These are the on-site locations. They are hiring multiple people. As you can see on the side here where it says similar jobs, you can see the different areas where they're hiring. This job as an executive assistant three is a pretty high level executive assistant position. So if you've got, I would say at least 2 years, it doesn't mention that specifically here, working for an executive such as a senior VP or CEO of a company, that is what you'll be doing in this role. You will really be supporting the vice president of a state, local public policy company. Okay. And in this role, you'll be managing multiple tasks and action items, documentation, follow up, and preparation for the VP, ensuring appropriate and timely action on deliverables. Okay. So this is a great opportunity through Aston Carter, who is a staffing company. They will be paying you $34 to $38 an hour. As I mentioned, it is mostly remote, some on site. So you'll need to reside in the DMV or in Seattle, Washington. So next up is a bilingual customer service representative full time. Okay. And this location is in Altamonte Springs, Florida, but it is 100% remote. They do want you to reside in a commutable distance to Altamonte Springs, Florida. Okay. And as I mentioned earlier, there's a rise in bilingual opportunities. This is with Synchrony. If you know about Synchrony, they pretty much give credit to various through various companies. Like if you want to buy furniture at a furniture company, or if you even go to your dentist, a lot of them use Synchrony to offer quick credit to folks. Okay, so in this particular position, you'll be doing some customer service work. And this is what you'll need. You'll need 6 months of customer service experience, confidence using a computer, fully fluent in English and Spanish. You need to be 18 or older. You must live within 2.5 hour commute, okay, to that facility, as I mentioned earlier. Be willing to take a drug test. New hires level 4 through 7 must have 9 months of continuous service with the company before they are eligible to post on other roles. Okay, so there's definitely an opportunity to move around within Synchrony once you've spent 9 months of continuous service with them, and they have various levels. So you can go ahead and read through this. This particular position is paying $20.50 an hour. Okay, base pay plus 10% language differential for total compensation of $22.55. Okay, so you can see there that companies are definitely paying a differential for the ability to speak a second language, and in this case, Spanish. You see a 10% language differential there. All right, so moving on, there is this particular role I want to share with you. Is called a utilization management assistant, remote position. This is 100% remote. As I mentioned, this is a new terminology I'm seeing. And let's just go through and read what this person will be doing. This is definitely in the healthcare arena. Okay. When you read these job descriptions, you get an idea of what these types of jobs are. Okay, so as a utilization management assistant, what you'll be doing is you'll be reviewing authorizations, insurance authorizations, address daily requests for clinical review from insurance companies, and ensure authorizations are obtained. Okay, update authorizations daily from insurance companies, receive via fax, phone, and update the system in order to track authorizations, review high dollar inpatient accounts. You're the point person for all insurance nurse reviewers and provider reps, providing and verifying patient information as requested per HIPAA policy. Okay, so you follow through with verification of insurance coverage, et cetera, et cetera. You monitor denials. The position is 100% remote. And so one thing to keep in mind is this is the description of a utilization management assistant. If I were you, I would copy and paste this somewhere and do a search on utilization management assistant. If you have this experience, you can do a search because a lot of companies are beginning to use this terminology to source for people who do this kind of work. Okay, so if you have verification, authorization in your background, you've done it before, or you want to get into it, this is an opportunity to get into a entry level type position. They're only looking for a minimum of high school diploma, previous healthcare related experience. So you might not have even quite done authorization before, but you have healthcare related experience, excellent verbal and written communication, and ability to meet deadlines. Okay, these are nice to haves that they've mentioned down here. Okay, so this is a great position as well. If you want to get into the authorization arena, they're not asking for any certifications. This is really entry level, and this is an opportunity to get on board with one of these companies. This particular salary is 39,100 to 70,400. So that's a pretty wide gap in salary. So I'm assuming if they find someone who has experience in this, they're willing to go up on that starting salary. So this is a great one. Compensation decisions obviously depend on a range of factors, as they usually say. Okay, this is 100% remote. Go ahead and apply to this. This is with Guidehouse. There's another similar position I have in my newsletter. So if you go ahead and subscribe to my newsletter, Bustle, the link is dropped in the description box. You'll see plenty more positions that I'm sharing with folks this week. Those folks who have already subscribed already have the links to all these positions. And go ahead and subscribe as well to my YouTube channel. Once you subscribe, you'll get notified quickly on videos that are dropped every week. All right, so finally, I want to share with you this position with Myriad Genetics. This is another genetics type of company. They're looking for a patient advocate. They prefer that the person have some call center experience. All right, so you have call center experience. This is a great one to hop on. 60 to 80% of the time, you'll be on the phone. That's what they've mentioned here. You're reviewing test request forms and additional documentation submitted by the patient with a patient's specimen. You're working with healthcare providers to complete the required documentation and sample submission. So for genetic testing, people are usually submitting some kind of sample, and you'll be responsible for taking calls, participating in quality assurance. All you need is a high school diploma or GED that's required. A bachelor's degree and more than 1 year of customer service and reimbursement experience is preferred. So if you do have a bachelor's degree and more than 1 year of customer service reimbursement experience, it is preferred, not required. Excellent interpersonal skills, accurate typing skills, at least 65 words per minute, excellent listening, transcribing. You can read the rest. So this is another great opportunity to go ahead and apply to. And this particular one is paying up to $43,200 a year for customer service opportunity. It is fully remote. All right, so that's all I have for you guys this week. If you want to see additional opportunities, remote opportunities, go ahead and subscribe to my newsletter, Bustle. The link is dropped in the description box. I wish you all the best this week. A job in hand. Signing off. Take care.